right, welcome to the Credit Game, guys. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate all your thumbs up, your comments, and just your overall support for the Credit Game and how our mission is to grow the national credit average. I appreciate it. This is something that's going to be here for years and years to come and be able to help a lot of families get out of a position where they're struggling with credit and don't know where to go, right? You and I didn't learn this in school. We didn't have credit education. No school taught credit. And most of us didn't have parents that had the greatest credit that were able to show us the way along the way. So we, including myself, what I did was I went through, grade school, and then I got to 18 years old and got my first Capital One credit card. And obviously, just like most of us, we screwed up our credit early in the days. And, I didn't have the credit education when I came out of school, right? Because they don't teach this. When I came out, I had to learn the hard way, starting out with a 600 credit score, because when you come out at 18 years old, you're at a 600. That's called a neutral. You either go up from the 600 or you go down depending on the negatives and the things that you start doing on your credit report. And so I had my credit card for about 3 or 4 months and, working at a CC's pizza place, I didn't have the funds to be able to pay back the credit card. And I didn't know how to spend on a credit card. So coming from humble beginnings, I didn't have the money to pay it back. So I let the card go. Next thing you know, it was a 30-day, a 60, a 90, and a 120, and then it went to a collection. So, and then I kind of did it again, right? And found myself at 22 years old with a 505 credit score and going, I have no idea, because my parents didn't tell me how important credit was. See, sometimes in life, if you have a heads up of what is going to, come at you, you know how to direct it, right? If I had my parents going, hey, your credit's the most important thing you'll ever need as an adult in your life, then I would have known not to screw up my credit. But I didn't. I didn't have that mentor. I didn't have that person to say, hey, it's like you go to a doctor, if you go and get a tetanus shot, right? If the doctor doesn't tell you that your arm's going to feel like it's going to fall off the next day after you get your tetanus shot, right? You guys ever got a shot in your arm, a tetanus shot? It's for the next 3 days is significantly sore. If he didn't tell you that, how would you feel? You're going to feel like, did he hit the bone or the nerve, or what's going on? Like, this is not a good, but if he told you, look, you're going to feel really sore for the next couple of days. It's normal. Don't worry. You would have known how to react and you would have known it's coming. So I'm telling you this to tell you this. Had we had credit mentors, we would have known what to expect in the real world. And so since we didn't have that, I created the Credit Game. Now, this Credit Game was created for me. I built the entire system for me because I was at a 515 when I created it. And I said, I need to create something that's going to help me get into the 800s, because I knew that people with the 800s had power. They had power. They were able to do the things they want. They were able to go places. They were able to, have nicer things. They were able to basically live life on their terms. And so I decided I want to be in power. I want to have the highest credit score possible. Today I'm at an 829 credit score. And the only reason why I'm not at an 850 is because to have an 850 credit score, you actually have to be 45 years old. So I'm on the mountain up, right? So that being said, I'm telling you that, look, this was created for me. And now you guys just happen to hear my story. This is my story from 515 to an 829 credit score. And I journaled everything along the way. What are trade lines? What are inquiries? Let me go survey a bunch of people, right? Because if you don't survey people, how are you going to know what's good and what's bad on your credit report? So I surveyed 50 people with an 800 credit score. And I said, what is the number one thing? The number one reason you have an 800 credit score today? And the largest answer of what an 800 credit score is, out of 50 people, 29 out of 50 people said this: we set our credit cards, our car, and our mortgage on auto deduct. Number one answer, because they know that 35% of your credit score is based on payment history. And if you miss a payment, your score will be trashed. So if you get to an 800, 35% of that, 250 plus points. You're at a 550. By 1, 30, 60, 90 day late, you literally can go from 800 to the 550. That's how important making your payments on time is. And that's how important it is not missing a payment. So when I surveyed these people and I put the credit game together, I said, I want all the tools in the tool bag to be able to be super successful, but not only to get to an 800 credit score, but then maintain it so I never go backwards again. See, most people and most companies, they fix your credit and then they send you off, right? They send you off with no education. And what happens is you end up screwing up doing things, right? Because you don't know. It's not your fault. You just don't know what to do. You get there, they fix your credit, and then you're trashed because you have no idea how to leverage it and maintain it. I do the opposite. I created the first ever program that not only helps you get to the 800, but helps you maintain it so you never go backwards again. The last thing you want to do is need a car, need an apartment, want to buy a house, want to start a business, want to get a loan, and then realize you screwed up and you're in the 500s again because you maybe missed a payment, or you didn't know what utilization meant, or you didn't know how to handle the age. You didn't know what was supposed to be on your credit report. You don't know how many inquiries you should have, and you keep getting denied. That's the last thing I want you guys to ever do. And so I created a credit game for me to be able to get there and then journal along the way, go every step of the way. Here's what we want to do. But today I want to talk about what trade lines are, okay? Trade lines come in different forms. So everything on your credit report is considered a trade line, whether it's a credit card, car, loan, line of credit. These are all trade lines, okay? Now, when I'm talking about trade line today, I'm talking about two different things. You guys may know it like this. Primary account, authorized user account, okay? Now, for you guys that want to know what an authorized user account is versus a primary, I'm going to give you an example. An authorized user is if you have a family member, friend, coworker, client, parent, family member, relative, whatever, that has a card, okay, and they are willing to share their credit with you, also known as piggybacking. Authorized user is a piggyback. What you're doing is you're essentially piggybacking off of their credit, and their credit moves over to your credit, okay? So all the payment history, how many months they've been making payments on time. So if they have a negative, it also will be copied. You don't want that to happen. Someone that has great payment history, right? So when you're looking at a credit report, you want to see green, not yellow, orange, or red. If you see yellow, orange, or red, 30, 60, 90-day lates, or any collections, you don't want to get someone to add you to their card. Well, all they have to do is call up the credit card company and say, hey, Chase, how you doing? I would like to add my stepdaughter, daughter, cousin, uncle, whatever, to my credit card. Okay, cool. What's their first name? Their first last name is John Smith. Great. What's their date of birth? Their date of birth is 9/2/84. Great. And social 142701234. Perfect. We've added John Smith to your credit card as an authorized user. The mail is going to come in a white envelope, and it's going to be delivered to your house. This is the person that's making the call. Okay. So an authorized user is very simple process. If you have somebody that has good credit, low utilization, remember, it's a copy paste. If the person that's adding you to their card has a very high utilization on their credit card, you certainly don't want to get added because it's going to show on your credit report as high utilization. If they got late payments, don't get added because then you'll have the late payment. You want somebody with low utilization. You want somebody that has no late payments. So under 20% utilization, 0 late payments. You want something that's at least 24 months old because of FICO 10, at least 24 months old. Something with a decent credit limit, preferably over 5,000, and make sure that the card actually reports to the major credit bureaus. Now, that's authorized user, and that's how that works, okay? A primary is completely different. A primary is something that you apply for in your name, okay? So you guys know some of the companies out there that have the 5,000, that have the 10,000, that have the 300s, whatever the case is. But a primary account holds more weight than an authorized user, okay? Holds a little bit more weight because of the simple fact that it looks like you got it in your name because you did. An authorized user will show AU code. Primary will show INV as individual, okay? So when you're looking at your credit report, it'll say AU. Lenders know that's an AU. Now, a lot of the lenders still take in consideration the authorized user as a valuable trade line. Some lenders do what they call a disregard to it. So they see you as an authorized user on someone's account. They do not count that in consideration for the loan. So about 30% still are not including it. 70% of lenders still actually consider it a good trade line. The primary, everybody considers 100%. All lenders, mortgage companies, car loans, credit cards, primary account, absolutely 100% regarded in terms of the consideration of you getting funding. All right. So now we know the difference. One you get in your name, one someone adds you to, and that's how it's going to show in your credit report. All right. Now, I say all that to tell you this. I wanted to give you the education so you know the difference. Inside the credit game, I have partnered up with two of the most absolutely brilliant companies in the United States. One is willing to work with credit game clients only to do significant discounts on authorized user trade lines. Significant discount. I'm not talking about 5% off. I'm talking about 75% off. So where if you were to go out and buy a trade line, and maybe the trade line cost you $500 from another company, if you go into my program, you would get that same line for maybe $100, $125, because you're a credit game client. Okay, so that's benefit number one, and that's company number one that I partner with. Company number two is the credit repair side of things. Okay, so the credit game doesn't do credit repair, but we've partnered in vendors with the best in the world. Number two is our credit repair company. They've got two programs. A, we can get you results in 90 days, they say, 90 days or less, also known as our associates or Maserati package. And B, somebody that says, hey, look, I got money, but I don't want to wait. I want to get results very fast. I'm ready to rock and roll. I've got money. I just don't have good credit. Okay. And that's called our Lambo package, right? So it's the difference between a Maserati and a Lambo. Big difference in price, right? Okay. Same thing. If you want results fast because, hey, I'm looking to get a car, I'm looking to get a house, looking to start a business, want some credit cards, I want results faster. Well, you're going to get results half the time that you would get from the Maserati package. The Lambo says, we're going to guarantee results in 45 days. Okay. Now, here's the deal. When I do my videos and I share with you guys what we got going on, I can only do a certain amount of the Lambo because this is a very custom program. The reason why the vendor says that we can only do X amount per week is because they want a small group of individuals that are like-minded, high-quality individuals like you guys that are like, look, it's not the money. I want results. This is a result-driven program, okay? The Maserati package as well. It's just double the time. These people that come and say, they want the Lambo, I can't offer it to everybody. My vendor says, look, I only get a certain amount per week, okay? And when that's it. We have 400,000 followers. I tell you guys every day, hey, maybe they opened up a spot. Sometimes every day I don't get a spot, right? I may get 3 to 5 spots per week. That's it. Small group of people want results and they want them fast. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer you guys something that's going to help you out tremendously. Every program now, starting right now, today, is coming with a primary. Every program. $10,000 primary and another primary through our company. We just rolled out this new program. And basically, if you get the Lambo, you're getting 2 of them. You're getting 2 primaries. The way it'll work is this. You're going to get the primary added to your credit report that reports to all 3 major credit bureaus. Okay, that's the one through the funding company. And then you're also going to get the $10,000. The way it'll work is one will report immediately. The other one will come on in about 60 to 90 days. Okay, now, here's the cool thing. They don't go away. Keep the primary on as long as you want. So now, not only are you getting the fastest, because this is offered 2 primaries today with the Lambo. Not only are you getting the fastest credit repair on the planet, hands down, but you're also getting 2 primaries as part of my special today that are going to be added to your credit report with the Lambo. With the associates or the bachelors, you guys also today will get a primary. That's my thanks of giving back to you guys for being subscribers, for being part here, for everything you've done, all the thumbs up, all the comments, all the support you've given us. You're also getting a primary with any of my programs. And the people that go, you know what, I want the Lambo program, you guys are getting 2 primaries today that'll be reporting as soon as you get the funding, within a couple, maybe 2-3 weeks, and then boom, the $10,000 will hit right after it. What it's going to look like is this. It's exactly what's in the credit game I teach you guys. You want what they call progression. So the first one that's going to report is going to be a lower credit limit. And then what's going to happen is the 10,000 will hit. So what it looks like is you got approved for, say, 300 to 500, and then a couple months later, you got approved for a 10,000. Do you know what this is going to do for your credit? Also, you also have an opportunity of getting between $30,000 and $50,000 with 0% interest. By getting this primary on there, this is a bank. By the way, you're 100% approved. This bank is going to consider you to go into what they call tier 1 funding. And what that means is that you can get between $30,000 and $50,000, 0% interest credit card with them. Because you're starting with it. Now they're trusting you for a couple months. It's a primary, it's going to report for a couple months. Now they're trusting you. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to try to get you a $30,000 to $50,000 credit line. Okay? That's what we're talking about. This is why this program is about to blow up. But you guys are the first ones to hear it. First ones to hear it are right now, as I'm sitting here talking to you. We have not rolled this out. Now, what I did was I went to the vendor and I said, hey, am I able to open up another spot or 2? And they said that they were caught up, that I can open up another 2 spots right now on Lambo. You guys that are getting a Lambo are getting every one of my programs. You're getting my associates, my bachelor's, 6 months of individualized coaching with me directly, the fastest credit repair on the planet, and you're getting 2 primary accounts. I've got 2 spots available. I want to teach you guys, this is how Tradelines work, and this is the difference between getting denied and getting approved by structuring the primaries the right way. That's why I did the smaller limit first and then the 10,000, so I can show progression that you get approved for higher and higher limits. When you go for your funding, it's going to make sense now. It's called a progression file. These are how Tradelines work, guys. I've got 2 spots right now. Call for details on what we just launched. As of right now, I'm going to go tell my team, launch the program, because we got 2 people. What you want to say when you call in is launched Lambo. That way they know that you're calling in about what I'm talking about right now. Launched Lambo. Okay, that's what I want you to say. All right, so I got 2 available there. Then we also have the associates program. Obviously, that's the 90-day results. But you guys also with the associates are getting a primary right now. The first 5 people that call in, I'll give a primary to you guys as well. Okay, 904-420-7772. My name is Mike for the Credit Game. I want to be here every day, twice a day, to teach you everything you know about credit. I've helped thousands and thousands of people. You're no different. So call in so you can get the help you need so you can protect your family and you can live life on your terms and not have it the other way around. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. 2 spots on Lambo, 5 on associates. They start right now. Let's roll.